What's worse than buying a truck and having it break down on you? Today we're counting down the 7 absolute worst pickup trucks that most people have completely avoided. These aren't just disappointing vehicles, they're reliability nightmares that have cost owners thousands in repairs and tons of frustration. From weak engines and failing transmissions to electrical issues and terrible resale value, these trucks are some of the worst according to Consumer Reports and actual sales data. If you're thinking about buying a used truck, these are the models you definitely want to stay away from. Let's jump right into our list of the 7 worst trucks that nobody wants to buy. Number 7. Cadillac Escalade EXT, 2002 to 2013. Cadillac's luxury pickup started off strong, but faded into irrelevance over its 12-year run. Back in 2003, they sold over 14,000 units, but by 2013, that number had dropped to under 2,000 before Cadillac finally shut it down. The first generation from 2002 to 2006 came with a 6.0-liter V8 engine and a transmission that struggled to handle the truck's heavy weight. Transmission failures before hitting 100,000 miles weren't unusual. The second generation got a stronger 6.2-liter engine, but that brought new problems, especially with the cylinder deactivation system. Some engines ended up with collapsed lifters, causing misfires or even damaging the camshaft. On top of that, the electronics were a constant headache. The navigation system would glitch, power running boards would stop working, and even door handles would break. As gas prices went up and the 2008 recession hit, sales tanked. It turns out not many people wanted a luxury truck that was expensive to maintain and didn't offer much utility. Number 6. Lincoln Mark LT, 2006 to 2008. After the failure of the Blackwood, Lincoln tried again with the Mark LT and failed again. It sold 12,753 units in 2006, but dropped to just 4,631 by 2008, leading Lincoln to cancel it after only 3 years in the US. The Mark LT shared its platform with the 2004 to 2006 F-150, which was already known for its issues. Its 5.4-liter Triton V8 had major problems, like loud ticking noises from the cam phasers and spark plugs that could get stuck and break off when removed, turning a simple repair into an expensive fix. Buyers quickly realized the Mark LT was basically just a fancy F-150 without any real upgrades. Ford replaced it with the F-150 Platinum trim, which gave people all the luxury features without the Lincoln branding confusion. Interestingly, the Mark LT continued to be sold in Mexico until 2014, where it actually did better. Number 5. Suzuki Equator, 2009 to 2012. The Equator is a perfect example of what happens when a dying brand tries to stay in the game with badge engineering. Suzuki hoped to sell more than 5,000 units a year, but ended up averaging just 2,000. Only 5,808 Equators were ever sold in the US. It was basically a rebadged Nissan Frontier, meaning it inherited all the same mechanical problems. After Suzuki left the US market in 2012, Equator owners had a hard time finding parts and getting service. Buyers had no reason to choose the Equator over the Frontier, especially since Nissan had a bigger and more reliable dealer network. Today, the Equator is one of the rarest modern trucks in the US, not because it's special, but because hardly anyone bought one. Number 4. Mitsubishi Raider, 2006 to 2009. The Raider was Mitsubishi's attempt to rejoin the pickup market, but it flopped badly. Its best year saw fewer than 10,000 sales, and by 2009, that number had dropped to just 1,946. In 2010, Mitsubishi sold only 9 Raiders, yes, single digits, as dealers sold off their leftover stock. The 2006 Raiders with manual transmissions were recalled for a clutch switch problem that could let the truck start in gear without pressing the clutch, a serious safety issue that needed dealer repair. With no reputation in the truck market, underwhelming performance, and a shrinking dealer network, the Raider had no chance. It ended up being one of the shortest lived trucks in the segment, disappearing after just 4 years. Number 3, Jeep Gladiator, 2020 to 2021. The Gladiator should have been a big hit. It mixed Jeep's off-road reputation with the usefulness of a pickup, but early models ended up at the bottom of Consumer Reports' reliability rankings for mid-size trucks. From the start, the Gladiator had steering and suspension problems. Many owners dealt with loose steering or even the notorious death wobble, a violent front-end shake at highway speeds. Jeep did issue service bulletins for the steering damper, but problems still remained. Other issues included water leaking through the removable roof and electrical glitches like random check engine lights and backup camera failures. While it wasn't a total sales flop, with about 77,000 units sold in 2021, the Gladiator is still seen as a niche truck. Most everyday truck buyers are cautious about it due to its spotty reliability and steep price. Number 2, Nissan Frontier, 2005 to 2008 and 2022. Surprisingly, the Frontier makes our list twice. Once for the late first-generation models from 2005 to 2008, and again for the 2022 model new 2022 redesign. The older models were already known for their long-running reliability issues, but many expected the 2022 refresh to fix things. Instead, the new version brought its own problems. Between the ongoing concerns and fresh design flaws, a lot of buyers just stayed away from Nissan dealerships altogether. Number 1, Nissan Titan, 2016 to 2019. Taking the top spot as the worst truck that no one wants is the second generation Nissan Titan. When it launched in 2016, Nissan hoped to sell 100,000 units per year in the US, but they never even hit half that. Sales dropped from 52,000 in 2017 to just 15,000 in 2022. In 2022, safety concerns popped up when Nissan had to recall 2020 to 2022 Titans for a bad parking foul. The same issue that also affected the Frontier that could let the truck roll away unexpectedly. What's your experience with any of these trucks? Drop a comment below and let us know if you've owned one of these reliability nightmares, or if you think there's another truck that should have made the list. Don't forget to subscribe for more car and truck content here on Kinetic Horsepower. We'll see you in the next video.